Hello and welcome back to the channel. Now today's video is going to be a slight departure from our traditional fare. Normally my videos are about cryptocurrencies, money making ideas, get rich quick and straight to the bank with a bag full. But today I am going to be talking about RACE. R-A-C-E. Yes, RACE. That old chestnut. Now, before you go flicking off and rolling your attention somewhere else, this is not going to be a rehash of the traditional arguments that you've heard about RACE or race interplay. In this video, I'm just going to describe to you, without judgment, 4 scenarios where race came into play. I shall describe the scenarios and then I shall end the video there, and I shall leave you to form your judgment, and I welcome you to share that judgment or that opinion in the comment section. So, scenario 1. You are out and about shopping for the week. You are in the supermarket. You are out to get your groceries and a bit of toiletries and or whatnot. Okay, so you're walking up and down the aisles as you muse on what to get. You're in the bread section. You've picked up a brown bread and you're thinking in your mind, you're deliberating about getting a plain brown bread or a seeded brown bread. So these are the difficult decisions that we struggle with in the Western world. So, suddenly you feel a presence. You look up. You see the store security guy round about the middle of the aisle thereabout, but within your within view. He's not paying you any attention. He seems disinterested in you. You pay him no attention, and you carry on. So you carry on shopping. Milk, cheese, potatoes, whatever. So next, toiletries. Now you're in the cologne section. You're thinking, should I spend big or should I go for the cheap shop brand? So you're picking and you're sniffing and you're trying to decide. You feel a presence again. Again you look up. The security guy is at the far end of the aisle, busy rearranging and rearranging items on the shelf. You smile to yourself. You've experienced this before. You know what is going on. You ignore it and you carry on. Now, scenario 2. You get yourself an education because you've been told that is the way to progress your life. Now, you get yourself an education, you work very hard at school, you come out of school with the first class, and the world is your oyster. So, you apply for positions. Several applications, countless applications, but the same letter comes through the post. Now, this is a familiar letter to all applicants, by the way, so this might not well at first glance be attributed to race. But it's a familiar letter which you all know. Dear XYZ, thank you for your interest. After due consideration on this occasion, we are afraid to say, and you stop reading from there. So now you wonder though, who got that job? And the person most likely to have gotten that job, and in instances where the checks have been done, the person that did get that job is somebody that went to the exact same school as you, finished at the same year as you, came out also with a strong degree, but he had a 2-1, you had a first, so you had matching degrees, but the difference between the two of you is your name is Tyrone or Ade or Wale or Abdul, and his name is John Smith. So there you have it. So that's the second scenario right there. Now the fourth scenario, you eventually get that job, you start the job, and it's all well and good. So you are in the processes of building a career. First day at work, you are introduced to the team. Your manager is an Indian lady, an Asian lady. Now, it's a team of 10. So there's one other black person there who's female, one Indian manager, and the rest of them are white. Okay. So now, the other black lady, she's not particularly, you know, I won't say she doesn't warm towards you, but she doesn't gravitate towards you in embrace. But that's fair enough. She has no obligation to do that. And I for one, don't really buy into the idea that because you have the same race, or because you share the same race, rather, you're obliged to show some sort of affinity for each other. There's no obligation there. I like you as a person, or I don't like you as a person, whether you're black, white, or whatever. And that's always been my, you know, there are black people I detest, and there are white people that would, you know, that would bet my life that they have my back, because these are people that, you know, we eat from the same. But I digress. So you start the job, and the manager, the Asian lady, pays you special attention. Now that's fair enough. You're new to the job. She's settling you in, and obviously she's trying to build confidence in you, and to also have to build your confidence, and also to have confidence in you. So she needs to see your work. So now that's fair enough. But fast forward 1 year later, and she is still paying you special attention. Now, bear in mind, you're not an idiot and you're not an illiterate. You did have a first after all, so clearly there's some competence there. And within a 12-month period in any workplace, you shouldn't really need special attention. Otherwise, you should have been asked to leave. But that's by the by. Now, at work, you are required to sign in when you turn up for work. So to log in the time you got to work, just as a way of monitoring timekeeping and staff efficiency and productivity and all that kind of stuff. So now you are meant to sign in, but you notice, and really a lot of the members of the team, and when I say a lot of the members of the team, I mean mainly the white members of the team, don't pay any particular attention to this. So they get to work, they walk in, they go to the kitchen, they make themselves a drink, have a chat with their friend, come in, log on to their workstation, settle down, then go sign into the registration sheet if they remember. Now if they don't remember to sign into the registration sheet, round about lunchtime thereabouts, the manager will go ask them, oh, have you signed in XYZ? And then they laugh and joke all the way down to this is with the manager, to all the way down to go log in for whenever they felt that they got into work. Obviously, thinking back, you never really got to work late, so they're either on time or even earlier than time, but they're never late. Now, you come into work, you're on time, or you may be late, it doesn't really matter. So you come into work, but because, you know, yeah, the rules are the rules, you'll just automatically sign in. Obviously, you don't have a view either way on how other people choose to function, but you just automatically sign in. Now, as soon as you sign into the registration sheet, the manager comes up. As soon as you walk away from the registration sheet, the manager comes up behind you to check what time you've logged yourself in for. Now, let's say for instance you go to work at around about, let's say 8:50 for a 9 o'clock start, and you write 8:50 on the signing in sheet as the time you go to work. Now you go in, you go to your workstation, you log on, So now as soon as you're fully logged on, you immediately get an email from your manager querying why you've put in 8:50, 8:55 as your start time. Then this sort of email exchange now ensues. So now you're going to hear a slightly, you are going to hear a second voice on this video. Okay. Now you're going to hear a second voice on this video as the exchange of that email, as that email exchange between you and that manager is dramatized by by me and my able assistant. So here we go. When you're ready.
Black man, I noticed that you signed in for 8:55, but the system is actually showing that you logged in for 9:07.
Hello, Indian boss. Yes, the system may show 9:05 or 9:07 but as you are aware, it takes the computer a good 15 minutes to boot up. So though the system shows 9:07 as the time that I logged onto the computer, I was actually at work for 8:50. Miss Patel, you saw me come in. We exchanged greetings.
Dear black man, I can only go by when the system said you logged on. Please be mindful of being on time in the future.
And so, there you have it. And that is the sort of exchanges that you get in a typical working environment as a black person. Now, I know that this happens to other people anyway, but outside of it happening generally, it happens specifically to you on the basis of race, and any black person would probably tell you that. Okay, so the fourth and the final scenario, now you're at the airport. You've been on vacation. Let me change my hat. Okay, you've been on vacation. You've come back. There's an immigration queue, and the immigration officers are flicking through, scanning passports and waving people through. So this seems like a fairly fluid system. A quick glance, a quick scan, have a nice day, sir, and off you go. So the queue is progressing rapidly, and you're thinking to yourself, oh yeah, this is good. I'm going to get back home on time. I'm going to be on time to watch Game of Thrones or the game or whatever it is that you need to get home for. And then all well and good. Now it's your turn. Up you rock to the immigration officer, and you hand over the exact same passport that 50 other people, well, not the exact same, but a similar type passport that 50 other people ahead of you have handed over to him or her, which has been flicked through and they've been waved down. So the immigration person takes your passport, has a look, looks up at you, and has a look again. A black man. Okay, so he looks at your passport again, he has a look at you again, he looks at your passport again, has a look at you, scans your passport, and then has a look at you again. What was the purpose of your trip abroad, sir? He or she asks you, and then your heart sinks, and then you sigh, and then you prepare your mind for a bit of a grilling. So I usually have fun with this question, so the purpose of my trip abroad can be anything. So really, I say, sometimes I will reply with something, I say, you pick a purpose and then we'll go with that. Say, no, what is your purpose of your trip abroad? So I say, you pick a purpose, you tell me. So sometimes I can even say, I went there to have a wank or something, you know, just to, because they're taking the piece, so you take the piece back, you know. So you have these exchanges, and then he calls over another colleague who then has another look at your passport, eventually reluctantly hands it over and waves you on. And that is the experience you have as a black person. So now, those are 4 scenarios where race has come into play. So I'm going to end the video here and just leave it there. You know, not adding any extras to it. So now, you leave your comment in the comment section and tell me what you think. So with that being said, I shall end it there, and I shall catch you on the next one. And by the way, if you want to see more of this type of videos, leave that in the comment section. I know I mainly talk about cryptocurrencies and money and whatnot, but if you want to see all these kind of lifestyle, life-related type videos, leave that in the comment section, and I shall do more of it. Okay, peace.